Hi, I'm Stephanie Catalano, licensed clinical social worker, personal development author, life coach, public speaker, and the host of the Mindful Makeover podcast. I am committed to bringing you insightful conversations that will help you move forward in your life, turn your dreams into reality, feel good, and live your life on purpose with purpose. If you're ready for healing, empowerment, and transformation, you're in the right place, so let's do this. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mindful Makeover podcast and happy April. A brand new month is here, and although I don't believe any of us thought we would be starting a new month off under these circumstances, I truly hope you all are doing okay, and I would love to hear from you to know how you're doing, how you're feeling during these times. So please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at mindfulliving.now. Or you can always email me, stephanie@themindfulliving.com, and just connect with me, share with me how you're doing and how you're handling everything that's going on. I also want you guys to know that I have partnered with an amazing woman and a dear friend of mine, Kimberly Ibarra. She is the author of Master Your Mind, which is a must read. So if you're looking for a new book or if you have a wish list, go ahead and mark that down, Master Your Mind by Kimberly Ibarra. We will be hosting our very first Zoom webinar every Wednesday starting today, April 1st at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for absolutely free. This will be a safe virtual space where you can come as you are to share openly about how you're doing, how you're feeling during these current struggles, and receive uplifting messages and skills and tips to help you manage your anxiety, find peace and comfort in what is, and elevate your energy. So I would love for you to connect with us. If you're interested, all you have to do is contact me and I will share the Zoom link and meeting ID with you. And the cool part is that this webinar will be an open platform moving forward. So you aren't required to join every Wednesday, but you're invited to. I feel a deep, deep responsibility to be here for you all during these times. So however I can support you, don't hesitate to reach out and ask for help. And I will certainly do my best to be there and guide you however I can. So with that said, today I want to talk about the power of your thoughts, the power of energy. The other morning I was getting ready to start my day, and my husband and I were in conversation about things we were facing or things we are facing due to COVID-19. And in talking, I received a message from Source Energy, which very loudly and with authority came out of me that just because we are being asked to quarantine and social distance, that doesn't mean by any means the law of attraction stopped working. The law of attraction is always working. It's always in motion. It's always creating. It never stops. I know right now it can be easy to fall out of alignment and to be consumed by worry and anxiety, especially because we are all sitting in a bucket of the unknown with the uncertainty that COVID-19 is bringing. I totally hear this. I feel it, and I'm right there with you on it. But the law of attraction is always certain. I'm going to say that again. The law of attraction is always certain. There is no unknown when it comes to the law of attraction. But we must be deliberate in tapping into it, turning it on, plugging into it, and connecting. In other words, now more than ever, it's important to pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to how you're feeling. If you don't pay attention, it is likely you will go through the day on autopilot. And even when on autopilot, the law of attraction is still working. The only difference is you won't be working with it, and therefore you won't experience the results or outcomes you're seeking. We all must be intentional in becoming a vibrational match with what we want. Vibrational simply means an energetic match. For example, if you want to experience comfort and peace, you can't focus on everything that's giving you anxiety, such as the news, certain people in your life, perhaps your current employment status, maybe it's your Instagram feed. Because despite your current reality, you have to choose to focus on that which will bring you comfort and peace if that's what you're seeking. Because when you do this, not only will you feel comfort and peace, but energetically or vibrationally, you will begin to draw people, places, things, events, and material to you that actually give you the feeling of comfort and peace, that gives you the satisfaction and relief of comfort and peace. Where you place your attention is where you give your energy. Dr. Joe Dispenza says that beautifully, and I've added on to that where you place your attention, you give your energy, and where you give your energy is where you give your power. So in other words, whatever you are focusing on, that is what will come to life. If you're focusing on good, you're going to have good thoughts and you're likely going to feel good. But if you're focusing on things that give you stress, then you're only going to continue to manifest stressful experiences or stressful moments. So no matter what's going on in your current reality, you must be deliberate in choosing to focus on the good, choosing to focus on that which gives you comfort, choosing to focus on that which gives you peace, which gives you comfort, which gives you gratitude, which gives you safety, security. This applies to everything in our life. There is no way around it. It's the law, it's physics. It's the law, it's physics. So this is always working. The only difference is people are either tuned into it or they're not. So it's better to become aware, and it's better to wake up that you can actually use this to your advantage. You can use this law to manifest whatever it is that you want, from the material thing of more money to the new job to the new car to the relationship, and to manifest wellness, healing, safety, security, faith, and the things that are often unseen and overlooked but always available to us. Now more than ever, with the uncertainty we are all experiencing, we must come together collectively as one and be intentional with our thoughts and cultivate elevated emotions such as faith, love, trust, hope, gratitude, and appreciation. Even though you might be in a current reality that feels like everything is falling apart. And that's really the kicker. Can you choose to elevate your emotions despite your current reality? Can you choose to be greater than your environment? You must choose to rise above, to see beyond, to think higher thoughts, to think thoughts that are greater than what you're actually experiencing, and to trust there is a greater purpose, and to wholeheartedly believe everything will work out and all is well. And as much as right now we feel like we are out of control, I'm here to remind you that you are always in control of your mind and your body, but you must choose to be in control of your mind and your body, because if not, it will stay on autopilot and it will do what it's been programmed to do. But just like you have been programmed up until this point, you can either continue or start for the first time to program yourself in a way that serves and supports you moving forward. This doesn't mean ignore responsibilities and float through the current circumstances like it's not happening. By no means am I telling you to dismiss the reality of COVID-19. You can't dismiss it. It's our reality right now. But what it does mean is wake up with intention, wake up with great purpose, wake up and take control of your thoughts. Have agency over your mind and your body. Don't allow the reality of the world or the reality of the news or the reality of what you're seeing on Instagram stop you from feeling good. Don't let the fear from the media disconnect you from love. Don't let the fear of maybe your friends and family cause you to live by fear or in fear. Don't let any of this disconnect you from your higher power as you know and understand it. Because when we feel good, we do good. And when we do good, we attract good. And when we attract good, we experience good outcomes. And when we are connected to our higher power, to source energy, to all that is far more powerful than any virus, than any message from the media, than any Instagram post on your feed, than any negativity that you are hearing. For those of you that follow Abraham Hicks, you probably have heard them share that one person connected to source energy is far greater and more powerful than the rest of the world who is not connected to source energy. I'm going to say that again because it's so powerful. Abraham Hicks, for those of you who are familiar, and if you're not, follow Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks on Instagram. You have heard them share that one person connected to source energy is far greater and more powerful than the rest of the world who is not connected to source energy. Stop and really think about that. Imagine if we all made effort to be intentional with where we let our thoughts. Imagine if we all woke up and we deliberately chose to tap in to the infinite, powerful, unlimited source, powerful energy that is always available to us 24/7, 365 days a year. Imagine. This doesn't mean you'll never have a thought that doesn't feel good or that a thought that could be labeled as negative won't pop in your head. The goal isn't to control your thoughts, and the goal isn't to have no bad thoughts or no negative thoughts, but rather to not let your thoughts control you. And when the labeled negative thoughts pop in your mind, allow them to be there. When you experience those thoughts that don't feel good or that bring you anxiety and worry, notice the thought and allow it to be what it is without judging it and without focusing on it or obsessing over it. I used to be a queen at obsessing, and sometimes I still fall into that pattern, but I've learned there's power in allowing. There's power in allowing your thoughts to be whatever they are without resisting them, without trying to stop them, without trying to analyze them, without overthinking, without resisting them. Our thoughts aren't meant to be fought by us, but when you can allow your thoughts to be whatever they are, and when you don't dwell, obsess, or focus on the unpleasant thoughts, trust me, they will come and go just like a wave crashes and flows back into an infinite body of water. That's what thoughts are. They come and they go. The only time thoughts become problematic is when we obsess over them or when we allow ourselves to focus just on that one negative thought and we dismiss all the other beautiful thoughts that are available to us. I'm sure everyone listening to this episode would agree that at some point in your life, maybe even recently, you dwelled or obsessed over something and it didn't feel good to you, or maybe it brought you an undesired outcome. So what that means is if you were intentional with your thoughts and if you chose to think thoughts that feel good to you and for you and thoughts that support you, then that means you have the ability to create desirable outcomes. And the reason for that is simply this. If you can think something and feel bad because of it, that means you can think something and feel good because of it. But you have to choose to think the thoughts or create the thoughts that will make you feel good. So even in the midst of what's going on right now, you can still create your thoughts. You can still create experiences that feel good. You might not be able to do things that you normally do, but by no means does COVID-19 have control over your mind. By no means does the governor, the news, the world, the president, your friend, your whoever have agency and control over your mind. No one or nothing can have control over your mind unless you volunteer yourself. I'm going to say that again. No one and nothing can have control over your mind unless you volunteer yourself to give your mind to a person, a place, a thing, or a media outlet. So I want to leave you all with a few actionable steps you can begin using as of today that will help you feel better. They will help you relieve anxiety. They will help you just be okay with what is right now. So the first one is you can create a word for the day or for the week. So for example, this week my word is trust. So whenever I find myself falling into fear or falling into the unknown, I remind myself that my word of the week is trust. By having a word for the week or for the day, it is like a go-to when you find yourself drifting to what brings you worry and anxiety. So in other words, when you notice that you're falling into fear or falling into anxiety, notice it and remind yourself of your word. So for me, I return to a place of trust because that's my word for this week. Maybe your word will be allow, let go, faith, love, patience. Anything that resonates with you, choose it and hold on to that word like it's a precious gem or a crystal that you would never let go. Something else you could do is you could begin identifying one thing you could do every single day for your mind, body, and spirit. It could be the same thing every day, or you could switch it up every day. This practice helps you not only stay in alignment, but also it helps hold you accountable to do something every single day for your mind, body, and spirit. For your mind, you could start your day with an affirmation, such as, I am supported and I am protected. For your body, you could do a yoga flow or any movement that feels good to you. And it doesn't have to be anything intense. You don't have to do an hour of yoga. You could do a quick 10-15 minute yoga flow or jumping jacks or a good stretch, anything that's going to get your body moving. And for your spirit, you could dance, you could listen to music, you could color, paint, journal, anything that brings you joy. But the idea is that every single day you are doing something to pour into your mind, your body, and your spirit. Another thing you could do is meditate. I strongly recommend meditating every day, specifically in the morning, because if you can overcome yourself first thing, you can likely overcome anything that comes your way throughout the day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Again, these things that I'm suggesting, they really don't require a lot of time, but now more than ever, we have the time. So make sure you are using this time to do things that will support you. Meditation is a great way to slow down, be still, balance your brain and body. It helps reduce anxiety and increase your overall emotional state. And you'll notice the longer you meditate, and if you stay committed to meditating every day, you will begin to reap magical rewards of meditation. The more you do this, you really begin to open yourself up, and it allows you to connect to your higher power as you know and understand it. And before you know it, you will not want to miss a day of meditation. And hey, if you can't go outside right now, then why not go inside, right? I think now more than ever, this is the universe way of forcing us to stop and go inside. And by inside, I mean within ourselves, understanding everything that we need and all that we seek, it is inside of ourselves. And something else you could do is start the morning by declaring how you want to feel. For example, when you wake up and you start your morning routine, before anything else, get clear on how you want to feel. Declare something like, today I will feel happy and satisfied no matter what. Declare it, own it, and then go through your day focusing on that which supports how you want to feel. So if you're declaring you want to feel happy, be mindful in focusing on that which brings you happiness. Maybe it's your coffee, maybe it's your cup of tea, maybe it's a book that you're reading, maybe it's having extra time with your partner, your husband, your wife, your children, whoever. But really, really being intentional with what you're focusing on, because we know whatever we focus on, that's how we're going to feel. Our thoughts and our feelings go hand in hand. If you think happiness, you're going to feel happiness. If you feel happiness, you're going to have thoughts that match happiness. And obviously, during these times, this doesn't mean you're going to feel happy all day just because you declared you will feel happy in the morning. But what it means is that as you go through your day and when you find yourself falling off track with feeling happy, remind yourself, hey, when I woke up this morning, I declared I will feel happy. And then in that moment, choose to refocus on whatever feeling you declared. You can do this as many times as you need to. Every moment is an opportunity to try again, to do better or to do differently, to refocus. So I invite you all to be gentle with yourself always, and especially now. We all are experiencing some really crazy times, but please be gentle and nice to yourself. You all are doing the best that you can. I know I'm certainly trying to do the best that I can, and trust that everything will be okay. It might not seem like it's going to be okay right now, but it will be okay. And if you can just focus on that starting now, you will notice that you're going to feel better. And eventually, before you know it, all will be okay. And it is okay in this moment, but you must choose to see it as okay. Do your part in rising above and being greater than the current circumstances of your world. Tap into your higher self. Stay connected to your higher power as you know and understand it. Ask for help. You're not alone. And remember, just because we are experiencing major changes in our day-to-day routines and activities, that doesn't mean you no longer have control. You have full control over your mind and body. Don't forget the power that lives inside of you. I love you all so, so much. And as I end this episode, I feel led to end with a prayer. So join me in praying. Universe, source energy, all that is within me, next to me, behind me, in front of me, surrounding me, and beyond me. In this moment, we tap into your power. And in this moment, we are reminded we are a part of all that is. We choose to focus on what's in our control. We choose to rise above and beyond. We choose to believe. We choose to live by love. We choose to lean into the support that you always provide to us and for us. We choose to believe we are guided and that there is greater meaning to all that's currently happening. We choose to believe a greater awakening is happening and we are waking up. We choose faith. We choose to live by elevated emotions, for we know when we feel good, we become a magnet for miracles. and we are ready for miracles. We are open to receive miracles. We choose to focus on healing, wellness, and safety for all. We choose to do our part for ourselves and for the greater good of all. We know there is power within us and within collective consciousness. We choose to rise above, and we choose to create a reality that feels good to us, and we know we can do this with the power of you. We are co-creators, and we thank you for creating with us. We want to create with you. We are ready to create with you. We choose to be the light. We choose to see the light, to trust the light, to follow the light, to shine the light, to create the light. We choose, we choose, we choose, we choose the light. Thank you for joining me today. If you found today's episode to be insightful and inspiring, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And I kindly ask that you please leave me a review so together we can help the next person. To learn more about my products and services, check out www.themindfulliving.com and come connect with me on Instagram at mindfulliving.now, where I share daily inspiration, mindful skills, tips, and more. Until the next episode, stay mindful and always remember the power that lives inside of you.